esteemed team at Project Salama. My name is Rafael Test AI, and I'm the founder of this nonprofit that appears right here that's called statutefinder.org. Today we have a very quick presentation of 5 PowerPoint slides. You can see them at the very bottom here. And at the very end, I'll share with you one free tool that you can use in your everyday operations that's going to empower you and the survivors that you serve. So let's get started. Before we begin, I'm actually going to show you the 5 PowerPoint slides so you know what I'm going to show you today. It's going to be a question, the solution that's free. Then I'm going to show you the website you can go to access the solution. And we're going to go over the 3 most common legal resources questions that you have in real time. Alright, so let's get started. First of all, I want to give thanks to the entire team of Project Salama. And also, we do have some people in common. I was checking out your Instagram page, and I see that you have a good relationship here with one of the organizations. I know why she stayed. More specifically, Casey Rogers, who wrote this letter to us. So we have a good relationship with Casey Rogers. Here I interviewed her, so she's part of our partnership and our team. So we already know some people in common, and I'm so glad to finally meet your team over at Project Salama. Alright, so thank you all for joining me on this presentation. My question to you is, are you interested in a tool that can answer all your legal resources questions instantly and accurately for free? And if so, introducing statutefinder.org. It's a tool for domestic violence advocates just like yourselves, and it's already being used by dozens of organizations worldwide. And it's very simple. You input a survivor situation and it outputs the relevant statute codes or the laws. And this is for everyday people like you and I to use. It's not for legal advocates or lawyers. This democratizes technology that used to have a lot of gatekeeping to have access to. I'm just an average person. I'm a survivor myself that used this tool and created it for other people so they can use for free. So to use it, you go to statutefinder.org. We're going to go over a couple scenarios. And I actually message Jacqueline, or Jackie, I believe that's her nickname. Here she is, Jackie. And I asked her, Jackie, what are the 3 most common legal resources questions? And she was so kind to send those over. So we're going to go over them. So here's one of them. Can finances be implemented into the non-molestation orders? So you're going to go to those websites, statutefinder.org, or you can download the mobile application free. No login, anonymous. And you simply type in your question or the situation of the survivor. So we're going to paste it right here. It's going to ask for jurisdiction, which means the location of where this happened. So let's read these messages together. Alright, so let me help you, but first I need to know which jurisdiction and county and state region you're located in. So let's go ahead and put London, UK. And this is real time. It's going to browse the data. And now immediately it's going to give you relevant information that you can use to help the survivor that you have on the phone. Instantaneous. So let's see what the answer is. For England and Wales, financial abuse can absolutely be addressed in a non-molestation order, specifically since the Domestic Abuse Act of 2021 explicitly recognizes economic abuse as a form of domestic abuse. So let me break this down for you. Family law, you remember how I said that this is for everyday people? It breaks it down for you. Family Law Act 1996, Section 42, and Domestic Abuse Act 2021, Section 14, very specific. Non-molestation orders can include provisions that prevent the abuser from controlling your access to money, interfering with your employment, taking control of your benefits or income, preventing access to joint bank accounts, interfering with your ability to acquire use. Okay, so it goes on and on and on and answers your questions. Right? And you can chat back and forth if you would like to get more explanations on the application process. But that was question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. This one right here. So we go back to Statute Finder. It gives you the option to email the conversation to yourself if you like, and you can skip that or you can submit it. It's good to have a transcript, it's up to you. So answer this. I paste question number 2. Is thinking, processing. All right. And the question was, can my child be taken out of the country by my abuser? Prohibited steps order. Okay. Let's look at the answer. For the UK, this is a very serious matter, and there are strong legal protections available. A prohibited steps order, PSO, is exactly what you need in this situation. The Children Act 1989, Section 8(1). A prohibited steps order can prevent your abuser from taking your child out of the country, removing them from their school, applying for a passport of the child, even taking them to specific locations within the UK. And this is the evidence you need in order to put this law into effect for your survivor. Copy of a child birth certificate, any threats or messages talking about the child, travel bookings inquiries if you're aware of any, school records, or any evidence of previous attempts to take the child. Right, so there's some limitations, urgent actions you can take. And you can even do a follow-up question, like let's role play for a bit here. So let's say that my ex-wife took the child out of the UK and took her out of school. There are cameras that show this. What should I do? And it gives you steps, agencies you can contact, and you can highlight which specific laws are being broken, because a lot of times, as a survivor myself, unfortunately not all the police are trained on what your rights are, what your statutes are. That's why we call this Statute Finder. And you'll have to do a little bit of educating the police or the survivor so that you can do justice. So let's move on to question number 3. Can I stay in the marital home even though his name is on the property? Occupation orders. Okay, so let's paste that question. Answer this. So the idea is you can have a conversation with it back and forth. Over 10,000 people have used this, over a dozen organizations, and I wouldn't want your organization to fall behind. So this is the latest technology, and I want to give it to you, have it at your fingertips, so all your advocates can have it over the phone. For the UK, yes, you can stay in the marital home through an occupation order, even if your name isn't on the property. This is a crucial protection under UK law, the Family Law Act 1996, Section 3338. So if there's any problems, you can tell police this specific citation. An occupation order can force an abuser to leave the home, so it'll save you from homelessness, prevent them from entering the home, keep you safe, allow you from returning if you've left, regulate who can live in the property, require them to continue paying mortgage or rent, that could be very advantageous, and specify who uses which parts. So let's get to the point. Let's say that my situation is that my abusive ex-wife who was beating me left the house, and I want her to continue paying the mortgage so the kids and I can stay living in the house. Give me step by step on what I should do to protect myself and my children. So it's gonna look in the laws, give you some citations. It has empathy, so it acknowledges the situation. All right, let's see what it said. I'm sorry you've experienced abuse. It's important to acknowledge that male victims of domestic violence deserve the same protections. Let me help you secure your position. So these are the immediate steps. Document the abuse, photos, diary, save the threatened text messages, record the dates, get medical records. You can call an emergency line. So legal protections. It's important to cite these, right? The Non-Molestation Order, Family Act 1996, Section 42. It explains your rights, essentially, the survivor's rights, the occupation order, also the citation. So you can go on and on about questions and situations. Another question you could ask to start in the chat, you can clear the chat like that, or you can go to an incognito window. All right, you can start again for the next survivor that you help. So feel free to take out your phones for the remaining of the presentation. Try this yourself. The website is right here, statutefinder.org. I'm always just one message away. So in case there's any questions, just send me a message on LinkedIn or send me a message. Jackie knows how to get a hold of me via Instagram. And we'd be more than happy to serve you completely free. And we hope that you can use this on an everyday basis as part of your protocol. When you take a phone call, you can help your survivors get their rights, their statutes. This is for everyday people. Thank you so much. Rafael Test AI with statutefinder.org.